Why do you want to become a parent? Jenny and Kevin were a couple deeply in love with their dream of starting a family. They knew when they met that they had similar goals, and one of those was starting a family of their own. They couldn't wait to share their passions and their dreams with their kids. Kevin is a crazy sports guy. He wanted to teach his son or daughter sports. He didn't care if they were good, but the memories and the mentors that he had as a child just drove him to love the sport and dedication and everything that came with being an athlete. Jenny knew from childhood she was meant to be a mom. She loved the idea of what it meant to be a mom, to give and to receive unconditional love, and to know that the world would be a better place because of the humans that she was raising to be part of it. Now, as months turned into years for this couple, their journey toward parenthood became this maze of emotions and frustrations, leaving them feeling lost and looking for direction. Each attempt at the fertility clinics brought hope. This month, they held on to hope. This was going to happen. This was going to be the month. And that month was followed with disappointment. The routine fertility treatments and tests and scans became this constant reminder of a path that both of them never expected that they would be on. One night, the weight of their fertility journey took its final toll, and this uncertainty and emotion came to head, and they felt like they were in this never-ending cycle, doing the same thing month after month and feeling like they're spinning in place. And they decided, I'm done. We need to put this on hold. We need to reconsider what our road needs to look like next, because we can't keep doing this to ourselves and to our journey. There had been so much promised and so much that seemed like it was just going to be this simple journey, yet it was nothing but a roller coaster of emotions. The highs and the lows of disappointment and the painful shots and the emotional turmoil was too much for this couple. And there was, with the absence of a clear path, right? They felt like they're floating in this sea of medical procedures and emotional frustration, being told one thing and then their body doesn't read the textbook and it's different. So Jenny starts looking up fertility information online. As if holistic fertility wasn't enough, there's options for, this and that. And the holistic fertility options were overwhelming. Was it the right information? Wasn't it? Should she be drinking this tea or taking this tincture? Or what about that supplement? Ooh, that provider seems like they're a good choice. She had no idea. That was almost more frustrating than the fertility world with where to go. Now, in a stroke of fate, Jenny and Kevin were out with some friends, and they had actually mentioned, hey, you should check out Schaefer Protocol. If anything, the friend said, you'll definitely get a new set of questions and perspectives in your journey. So they decided to set up a consult call. They watched the video that was sent to them, and they came up with questions for our time together. I shared on their consult call that there's lots of couples just like Kevin and Jenny that were faced with this fertility roller coaster and they didn't know how to get off. That's very normal. It's normal with a lot of medical procedures, actually. So they were actually inspired by the guidance that we talked about in the call, and they decided that they wanted to work with me and they wanted to put together their custom Schaefer Protocol preconception roadmap. We dove into their personalized biometrics. We built them personalized plans. They received tools and insights that could help them move forward in their journey faster and easier. Their roadmap became a beacon of hope in all of the uncertainty they had faced for years. For the first time in over 2 years, they actually said they felt that they had hope and a plan to move forward. Now, as they followed their preconception roadmap, of course, they had setbacks, but they also had moments of resilience. The journey itself became this transformative experience. It started to strengthen their bond as a couple, and it also deepened their understanding of the meaning of what it meant to be family. In time, their dedication, their work, their perseverance actually won, and they welcomed a beautiful baby into their family. This baby was born out of love and resilience and to unwavering commitment to this preconception roadmap. Their hearts were so heavy, and now they are just overflowed with joy and fulfillment, and realizing that there was purpose that they didn't even realize that they could experience until they were holding their baby in their hands. Now, I didn't set out to do preconception work. I love the field of epigenetics. So when I became a chiropractor, I started to look at the body in a totally different way, mixing the two and understanding what subluxation was and what chiropractic is. One of the first questions I'm asked often as a chiropractor is, what does chiropractic have to do with fertility? Well, the short answer, Everything, everything. Chiropractic is at the core of the Schaefer protocol for a really good reason. Our ability to influence the brain through the adjustment changes the entire neurobiological system, bringing the nervous system to a more adaptive state, which means better hormonal control, better stress control, and overall more ease to your nervous system, which is required for fertility. Now, as chiropractors, we don't control what's possible. We are not your hero. We're your guide. You are the hero of your journey. And in moving to that, I've noticed that the best couples who come to do preconception work and join that preconception journey, they start in this place of really frustration, and they move into a space where they witness their own transformation during the journey. And that stays with them as parents. It's that autonomy, that sense of power that stays with them forever. Being a parent is hard, and getting opinions from everyone else is worse. We know that structure dictates function, and too often we're focused on fixing the function without understanding the underlying structure. This carried into my preconception work in understanding how the sperm and the egg unite, what forms the placenta, the nutrients, as well as the health biomarkers that are vital for a healthy pregnancy and healthy postpartum period. This started to work together to put together what this protocol is today. Now, for example, structure function. Have you ever wondered why what works for morning sickness in one person does not work for another? An interesting effect I noticed in preconception work was when dad does the work in the preconception period, and this just isn't just taking supplements, but when dad did the work, mom didn't have morning sickness. One of our moms found the Schaefer protocol. She was already pregnant, and she had a pretty challenging first pregnancy. She was sick, didn't feel good, so she decided to start on protocol to prepare for her second baby. Much better pregnancy, still felt it could be better. So she says to her husband, I'd like you to do this work. He says, okay. They get pregnant, no morning sickness, beautiful pregnancy with twin girls. Amazing. So I did research, and I found research from Cornell University that found that male genes actually dominate the placenta. So meaning the male is giving energy and the building blocks to the female side of the placenta, the placenta or the fetal side of the placenta, which actually makes sense because, ladies, if you think about it, can you build your own placenta? No, you need something, right? But we're told that it's normal for morning sickness and it's normal for all these problems and that it's a good sign. That's not true. When your foundation is strong, you will be building and giving to your baby, not depleting yourself from so much. But it just means we've got to focus and ask different questions in that preconception period. Morning sickness is common. It is not normal. Now, another point in building that structure first. I want to note that this is not about detoxification. It's about metabolic flexibility. It's about certain biomarkers being in place because we know structure is good. So in the 1990s, folic acid started being introduced to cereals, promising that there would be a decrease in neural tube defects. Let's take a different approach to this, a structural one. What is the neural tube made of? Well, what makes up all cells in the body? Fats and glycolipids, right? We require fats for optimal function, and it's literally the building block of every single type of cell in your body. Now, as with everything, the type of fat matters. What to date is the biggest nutrition scam of all time? I personally believe it's that fat is bad for you. That simple lie made us blame fat for what sugar did, and I believe it's a core reason for the metabolic challenges our society faces today. Phosphatidylcholine is a structural lipid, meaning it's a building block of the cell. The first thing to develop in the baby is the neural tube, which is made of fats, not folic acid. And now, while no nutrient works alone, this is just one of the nutrients we work with, and it's made a dramatic difference in the midline defects of the babies born to parents who are taking it in the preconception period. Not only is phosphatidylcholine able to influence gene expression in mammals, it is also a great supporter of liver function, which may be a big reason that we don't see cholestasis. We don't see gallbladder issues. The #1 pregnancy surgery, we don't see that in our couples. The most shocking thing, though, that we don't see midline defects. No tongue ties, no lip ties. This is the power of having a roadmap, having a structural plan to prepare your cells in your body for the pregnancy that will bring you a healthier, happier, more adaptable baby. After all, it's about the joy of parenting, right? Not the stress of it, because it's not fun to be in that life. Now, just like Jenny and Kevin, there's this importance to being open to new ways of thinking about your journey, and it's a vital key to your success in overcoming your current challenges. So while the path to parenthood and becoming pregnant isn't always a straight line, it's possible to find strength and hope and a customized plan that can set you up for success so your journey can be one of growth and connection and discovery. Thanks for hanging out with me today and watching this video. If any of this information resonates with you, or you have topics that you'd like me to discuss in any future videos, please let me know in the comments. And remember, your journey is uniquely yours, and within it lies the power to overcome, to transform, and ultimately to find that joy that you've been seeking. You can become the hero of your fertility journey, and when you do, it will impact every generation in your family line. I'm here to provide hope and insight and direction in your journey. Now, until next week, I wish you the very best. I am rooting for the highest good in your journey, and I will see you back next week.